Chapter 1 of Ruth Erskine's Son. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Ruth Erskine's Son by Pansy. Chapter 1. Whims. As a matter of fact, the name of this story should be Ruth Erskine Burnham's Son. But there are those living who remember Ruth Erskine and her memorable summer at the New York Chautauqua, and that name is so entirely associated with those four girls at Chautauqua and their after experiences that it seems natural to speak of her boy, Erskine, as Ruth Erskine's son, although, of course, he was also Judge Burnham's son. The day on which she is again introduced to her friends was a dull one in late autumn. The afterglow of sunset was already fading, and the shadows were gathering fast. It was the hour that Erskine Burnham liked best for the piano. He was at that moment softly touching the keys, bringing forth harmonious sounds with the air of one not even hearing them. He was a handsome boy. The promise of his early life, during which time the exclamation, "What a beautiful child!" was being continually heard, was being fulfilled in his boyhood. Friends of his father were fond of assuring Ruth that the boy was his father's image, while her friends were sure that no boy could be more like his mother. As for Ruth, when she saw her son bending over his books, a lock of hair continually dropping over his left eye and being continually flung back with a gesture peculiar to Judge Erskine, she would say, "He is very much like his grandfather." As the boy grew older he laughed at all these opinions, and asked his mother if she did not think it would be difficult for a fellow to have any individuality who was strikingly like three people who were all, as nearly as he could make out, strikingly unlike one another. This remark was one of the memories that came back to her as she looked out at the swift falling night, and listened to that musical strain which was being played over and over and over. She seemed to be watching the people who were hurrying homeward, glancing apprehensively now and then at the sky; for despite the glow of sunset there were premonitions of a coming storm, and already a few advanced snowflakes were beginning to fall. But Mrs. Burnham saw neither people nor snowflakes, or rather she saw them without seeing. Her eyes were swimming in tears that she did not intend to let have their way. Not as a girl or woman had Ruth Erskine Burnham been given to tears, although there had been reason enough in her life for them. Since she had not indulged them then, she did not mean to begin now that she was...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?